Hello.
Hello. Yeah. Um, you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Have you done the questions in the last section and the exercise?
Yeah, I did some of the review problems and challenge problems. I didn't do all of them because it was like, I don't know, 40 or something questions. So I skipped around a bit.
15.4.1 to 4.4. Did you do the four questions that were there in the exercise last section?
Oh, in the in chapter exercises? Yeah, I did 4.3 and 4.4.
How do you do 4.3?
Um, so how many seconds does the ball hit the ground? What I did, I found the x of the vertex, and then I found the roots of the equation, and then I just subtracted it.
How? Tell me what you.
So the x of the equation, I did negative b over 2a, which got 3 over 2, so 1.5. And then to solve the roots, I got negative 0.75 and 3.75. And it's going to touch the ground at the 3.75 mark, and it's at the highest point at 1.5. So I just subtracted those two to get 2.25.
Why are you doing all this? What are you? Why are you doing vertex and all? What's the point?
Isn't it asking like how many seconds after the highest point is it touching the ground?
How do you know it touches the ground after? Like,
Because it has a root. So then,
well, it has a root. Like you have to explain the question in terms of what the question says and what it means, right? You can't just calculate roots wherever you see a quadratic. What do you mean? Like, what is the question saying? How are you knowing it will hit the ground after this many seconds? What's the logic? Please explain the thought process behind what you're doing. The mechanical calculation of the root is not the point. Given a quadratic, your job is not just find the root, that's it. You have to explain why you're finding the root. Why is the root important to you?
oh, okay. So basically, it's because when it says he kicks a ball off the platform that's 45 feet from the ground, and since the C part of the quadratic is 45, we know that when x is equal to 0,
What is
um,
there is no x in the question.
sorry, t, when t is equal to 0, like 0 seconds, it's at 45. So then at 45 feet in like, yeah, 45 feet from the ground. So then only when the x touches 0 again in the quadratic will it,
No,
sorry,
again,
the y becomes 0 in the quadratic is when it'll touch the ground. So that's why we need to
no,
find.
that's incorrect. Think again.
Yeah, it's kind of like the drawing that you're saying there. It'll go up for a little bit after the 45 feet and then go down. And then when it touches the ground, that's when x will be equal, sorry, y will be equal to 0. So that's why we need to find the root.
Where is the y being measured from?
45 feet.
What has he written? height in feet of the ball above the ground. But the height above the ground is being measured by this equation.
Yeah,
So where is the height being measured from? From which level? The
from 40.
expression that the expression that he has given minus 16t square plus 48t plus 45. This expression is giving you what?
The height of the ball.
From which level? Height from where?
From like how many seconds it's been in the air.
Do you measure height with respect to some zero level, or you measure height randomly without any zero level?
You measure height in respect to some zero level.
What is the zero level?
The x-axis.
Where is the x-axis? Is it on the platform here or is it on the ground here?
It's on the ground.
So that's what I'm asking, that the height is measured from where? Is the measurement from made from here or made from here?
Oh no, it's made from the ground.
How do you know that?
Because it says off a platform that is 45 feet from the ground.
No, that's not what tells us that height is measured from the ground. I'm talking about the height in this quadratic function. Where does it tell us that the height of the quadratic is being measured from the ground?
It says the height in feet of the ball above the ground at t seconds is given by 16 t squared plus 48t plus 45. It says it in the question.
Is the second line telling us that height is being measured above from the ground?
Yeah,
Now what? Height above the ground this is. What is the question asking us now?
it's asking how many seconds does the ball hit the ground?
What should be the height from the ground when the ball hits the ground?
0.
So should I now equate this to 0 here?
Yeah.
How will you find when the time happens when it is 0?
Sorry, what?
How will you find the time when it becomes 0, height above the ground?
You solve it using the quadratic formula.
What is coming now?
Uh, 3.75 and negative 0.75.
Which answer is valid?
3.75.
Then what?
Hmm?
Then what's the next step?
Oh, the next step. Oh, what is the greatest height the ball achieves?
How do you find that now?
By finding the maximum point or the vertex.
So tell me how to do that.
To find the maximum x value, you do negative b over 2a, which gets 3 over 2, and then you plug in 3 over 2 into the equation to get 153.
Why is a maximum coming at negative b over?
Because that is the line of line of symmetry between
Why?
the line
Why
of
is that?
symmetry of the quadratic.
Why is that?
Because the average of the two roots of the quadratic is going to be negative b over 2a, meaning that it's like the center line.
15.4.4, how do you do that one?
15.4.4. So what I did is that,
Read the question first and explain the question.
yeah. So it's saying that a farmer has 20 meters of fencing to build a chicken run for his chickens. He can use the side of his barn as one side of the chicken run. What is the largest area his chicken run can be if it must be rectangular? So if one side of the chicken barn is already being used, then you need 20 meters you have to fill in all the other three sides. But the thing is, since it's a rectangle, one of the sides has to be equal to the length of his barn. So let's say his barn is x yeah, x meters, okay? And then you'll have x times um 20 minus 2x as the area, because that other side will be 20 minus 2x.
How is the other side 20 minus 2x?
Sorry, the other side is 10 minus x. Sorry, the other two sides together is 20 minus 2x, so one side is 10 minus x. And then if you solve that equation, you will get negative x squared plus 10x.
1 second. Uh, he has 20 meters of fencing. How are these? Is this adding up to 20?
Mm, yeah.
How is it adding up to 20? It's adding, the three sides that he is using is adding up to 20 minus x.
Oh, sorry. I said something wrong. Actually, it should be x times 20 minus x over 2. That should be the length of one side, not 10 minus x. That was my mistake. And then if you multiply it, you get 20x minus x squared over 2 as your quadratic. So then you get 1/2, negative 1/2 x squared plus 10x. And then if you solve the quadratic for x,
Why are
let
you
me just,
solving the quadratic? What are you trying to find, right?
you're trying to find x right now,
Why?
which is the length of the height of the rectangle. So then once you find that x, you can plug it into the 20 minus x over 2 and then multiply those together to get the area.
What is the question asking you to find?
The area,
The area or something else?
the largest area.
What is the area expression that is coming, right?
Wait, shouldn't it be 10x minus x squared over 2?
Why should it be 10x minus x squared?
Because that 20 minus x is the entire thing is divided by 2, not just the x squared.
So is it 10 minus x over 2?
Yeah,
What is the area right now?
10 my 10x minus
Is it 10x minus x squared by 2?
Hmm.
Question is asking you to find the maximum area.
Yeah.
How would you find that?
So to find the maximum area, the x has to be the maximum, and to find that you have to do
How do you
negative
know x has to be maximum?
x has to be the maximum because if you see the quadratic, it has a negative a. So that means it's a downward turning quadratic. So that vertex is going to be the maximum point.
So x is maximum at the vertex.
Yeah. So then
No,
to find the vertex, the x
no,
value of the vertex, you do
no.
negative over 2a.
So incorrect what you're saying. Think again. When will the area be maximum? It's not at the vertex. Or it might be at the vertex, but why?
Because if x is maximized, it's the highest point
No.
possible.
You think vertex is the point with maximum x?
Yeah.
No.
Not maximum x, sorry, maximum y.
Why are you saying maximum x then?
Oh, I said it by accident. I meant it like it's the highest point on the graph.
This maximum x or maximum y?
Maximum y.
How will you find the point where it is maximum y?
By finding the vertex.
How do you find the vertex?
So first you have to do negative b over a to find the x value of the vertex, and then you can plug that into the equation to get the y value.
That's incorrect. Cannot do my negative b over a.
Wait, why
What is the
can't I?
x value of the vertex?
X value of the vertex is mm, 10.
What is b here?
Uh, 10.
Negative 10 over what?
Uh, negative 1.
Why negative 1?
Because the a is negative 1/2.
So you are doing negative b over a or negative b over 2a?
2a.
Suppose you forgot the formula for x is equal to negative b over 2a. How would you figure out that that is the vertex?
I would have to complete the square.
Show me how to complete the square here.
Okay. So you have that negative 1/2 x squared. So then um, you would add, wait, Oh, I'd have to take out the negative sign first. So negative 1 half, negative times 1 half x squared minus 10x, and then I would have to add something to make it a squared minus b squared, minus b whole square, sorry. Mm,
What should I do now?
you should do, wait, 10 by root 2 as the, so then that would be 100 by 2, so 50. So 1 over root 2x minus 10. Okay, yeah. So 1 half x squared minus 10x plus 50 is equal to 1 over root 2x minus 10 over root 2 whole square.
Why are you doing this root 2 stuff and why are you not taking half common outside?
Oh, yeah. Wait.
When you do ax square plus bx plus c, you don't take a common outside first.
Oh, yeah.
What will happen if you half outside?
So if you take half outside, then it'll be x squared minus 20x plus 20x. And then we will get x plus 10. Oh, wait. X plus 10 whole square. So you'd have to add 100.
This will be x plus 10 whole square.
No. You have to add 100 to complete the square.
And what should I do after?
And then subtract 100 too, so it's equal. So then you get 1 half x minus 10 whole square minus 100. So then x must be 20.
Should x be 20 now?
Oh, to minimize the value. So to maximize the value, x should be,
Is this expression equal to the area?
yeah.
So how do you maximize area? What should you do? Obviously, you should make the squared thing 0, which is subtracted from 50.
Yeah. So then x should be equal to 10.
You need to know how to complete the square. If you forget minus b by 2a, you should still know how to do completing the squares.
Okay.
What have you done in the review exercises so far?
In the review exercises, I like skipped around. So I did like 15.18, 15.22, 15.24, 15.26. And that, like I just skipped around.
What is the how do you do 15.24 for part A?
2, 4 part A. Uh, it's saying what's wrong with this solution. Cross multiplying gives that inequality, expand both sides, and then solve the inequality. The thing that's wrong with that is you cannot cross multiply because you don't know the signs of x minus 5 and x minus 3, and because if it's negative then that inequality sign will flip. So because we don't know the signs we can't cross multiply, so the solution is wrong.
So how will you solve it?
So then if you solve it, you should take that 5 over x minus 3 all to one side. And then what you'll get is 6 times x minus 3 minus 5 x minus 5 over x minus 3 times x minus 5. So then if you simplify that, you'll get 6x minus 18 minus 5x plus 25. And then so x plus 7 over x minus 3 times x minus 5. And then I did the wavy curve method to get that x must be less than 3 and then x must be greater than 5.
Fine, that's correct. 15.22, do you know how to do?
15.22, yes.
How?
15.22. Oh, I didn't do 15.22, but I can do it right now.
Do it right.
Okay, just give me a bit. Okay, so what I did is that, so first I did that, first I solved that quadratic equation in the parentheses to see what would make that factor equal to 0. And for that, I got 2/3 or -1.
How? You should get -2 and 1/3.
Oh, I accidentally subtracted instead of added. Okay, so then 49, 7. Yeah, it's -2 or 1/3. -2 or 1/3. Okay, so then I did the wavy curve method with those points. So then I got that x is less than -2, or
What
x is
what is the graph of the quadratic going to look like? Upward or
is
downward facing?
downward.
Which are the points where the quadratic, what are you trying to find here?
We're trying to find the points where the quadratic is less than 0.
These are the roots. Where is
Yeah,
it less than 0?
it's less than 0 when x is less than 2, and
It's
when x is,
-2.
sorry, -2, and then when x is greater than 1/3.
Do you only have to point the case where the quadratic is less than 0, or it could also be greater than 0?
I mean, it could be greater than 0 when 2x plus 4 is less than 0.
So you have to solve two cases, right?
Yeah,
First case is 2x plus 4 is less than 0. Then
hmm,
obviously this should be greater than 0.
yeah.
What is the situation when 2x plus 4 is less than 0? When does that happen?
When x is less than, wait, yeah, when x is less than -2.
When is this greater than 0?
When x is greater than -2 and
And
less than 1/3.
can both the things happen at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah. How? How can both these things happen at the same time?
Oh, no, no, they can. It's not possible.
Why is it not possible?
Because if x is less than 2, how is it going to be greater than 2?
Why are you saying 2 instead of -2?
-2, sorry.
Can you have case 1? Is case 1 possible or is it impossible?
Impossible.
What is case 2?
Case 2 is when the quadratic is negative and that linear equation is positive.
When is the quadratic negative?
When x is less than -2 and greater than 1/3.
When is this happening?
That's positive when x is less than 1 by, oh, greater than 1 by, -2 and less than,
Is this case possible?
yeah,
When is this possible?
when x is like, I don't know, like 5 or something, when it's greater than 1/3. Oh, actually, yeah, it's possible when x is greater than 1/3.
It is not possible if x is less than minus half, minus 2, because obviously that is a contradiction. But it is
Yeah.
possible in this region because this is
Mm,
satisfied and this is satisfied.
yeah.
So what is the answer for the inequality then?
X is less than one. Sorry, X is greater than 1/3.
Do you understand how we have solved it?
Yeah, I understood.
You can't just take one case, you have to take all possibilities. The quadratic part could be positive or could be negative.
Mm,
You have to check all the cases. If you exclude some case, it was possible that you could have gotten some answer in case one also.
yeah.
In this particular problem, it turned out to be impossible. But in other questions, it might be that there are some regions of X where case 1 is also true and somewhere where case 2 is also true.
Mm,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah, I understood.
What is the next one that you have done?
I did 15.26.
Tell me how to do 15.28.
28? Okay. Um, okay, so for this one, since the trivial inequality states that x square is greater than or equal to 0, for these two things to add up to 0, both of them must equal 0. So then b would be equal to 2, and then a would be equal to 4, so then ab is equal to 8.
Yeah. Fine, that's correct. 15.29.
2, 9. Oh, okay. So for this one, wait, do I have to do it the completing the square way, or can I use the negative b over 2a?
What is faster here?
I do negative b over 2a.
That's not faster. It's obvious what is faster. That's why I want you to know both the ways. It's so easy to complete the square here. Answer is p can be minus 22 when x is equal to 3. Do you think it would be faster to do this or negative v over 2a?
This,
To understand what I'm saying,
yeah.
don't have to stick to one particular way. It is obvious x square minus 6x, the completing the square is so easy.
Mm-hmm.
The minimum value of p will happen when this part is 0 and this is obviously minus 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you done 15.31, 32 or 33?
I've done 3, 3, but I needed help on 3, 2.
What is the problem in 32?
It's saying that if there are 30 items to vote on in the local election, 240 people will choose to vote. For every batch of 3 items added to the ballot, 10 fewer people will vote. If all people who vote cast votes on every item, how many items should be placed on the ballot to maximize the total number of votes cast on all items?
So what have you understood?
I understood that if you add three more items to the ballot, then 10 less people will vote. For example, if there's 33 items on the ballot, then 230 people would vote. And that everybody who votes will cast votes on like every item. But
Mhm.
I don't really understand how to make like put variables on it and
So 30 items are there. How many items can we, what is the next high number of items that you can,
33,
what is the next after that?
36.
So why can't you just make a variable 30 plus 3x, where x can be 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, so then you can do 30 plus 3x times 240 minus 10x.
This is total number of votes.
Oh, okay, I understood now.
Total number of votes is everyone has to vote for all the items. So obviously it will be number of people times number of items.
Mm-hmm.
You have to maximize the total number of votes. You have to maximize the value of this expression.
Yeah.
To maximize it, we have to first find the quadratic. You can take 3 common, it is 10 plus x. You can take 10 common, it is 24 minus x. 30 common, we have 10 plus x into 24 minus x, which is 240 plus 24x minus 10x, so plus 14x minus x squared, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have to maximize the total number of votes, so we need to maximize this. So 30, 240, this is clear that you need a minus 49 and plus 49.
Yeah.
This part is negative x minus 7 whole square. This is 289, this is 30. This is clear. This is what is coming as total number of votes.
Mm-hmm.
When will the total number of votes be maximum?
The total number of votes will be maximized when 7 items are placed on the ballot.
No. X is 7. For x is equal to 7, you'll get this part is 0 and maximum will be 30 into 289, right?
Oh yeah, so then sorry, it'll be maximized when 51 items are placed.
You have to add extra 21.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you get how to do 15.33?
Mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What have you done in the challenge problems?
For the challenge problems, I've done 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. I needed help on 3, 7, and 3, 8.
How do you do 3, 4?
So for 3, 4, since they're, oh, one sec, my screen froze. Oh, okay. Since they're all integers of x, y, and z, it can't be like some weird number. So then all two of them have to equal 0, while the other one has to equal 1.
Why? Why is that?
Hmm?
Why is that?
Oh, it's because x, y, and z have to be integers. So if it's the only way that all three of them are going to equal 1 if is that at least two of them are 0. Otherwise, it'll be greater than 1.
The integer squares, what are the lowest possible square of an integer?
0.
What is the next highest square? Next lowest square.
1,
What is the next lowest square?
4.
So squares of integers are going to be like this. Obviously, you
Yeah,
cannot take anything here.
yeah,
So then you have to add three squares and make it equal to 1. So that means two of them have to be 0.
yeah.
So then what are you getting?
I got that. So for the triplets, I got 0, 0, -2, 0, 1, 0,
Wait.
0,
What?
3. Oh,
You have to
sorry.
get triplets of x, y, and z.
Yeah.
What are the x values and y values and z values?
So first I got 0, 0, -2.
It's not correct. How are you doing that? If you put 0, 0, and
Oh,
-2, what will happen?
sorry. -5, 2, and -2. Then -5, 1, and -3. Then -5, 3, and -3.
There are many different ways to get the triplets. Basically,
Oh,
you're saying 0, 0, 1. In 0, 0, 1 case, there is a particular answer. Then you will do 0, 1, 0, and then you do 1, 0, 0.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Okay. 15.35, what do you have to do?
For 15.35, basically the same as you said earlier, all the squares are going to be increasing. So both of those square numbers have to be 0, otherwise it'll be greater than 0. The sum will be greater than 0. So then what I did is that x minus y is equal to 3, and then x plus z is equal to -2. And then I subtracted those equations to get that -y minus z is equal to 5. And then I divided by -1 to get y plus z is equal to -5.
Okay. Which one is the problem here?
15.37.
If x square minus 5x plus 6 is less than 0 and b is equal to x square plus 5x plus 6. What
Yeah.
are the possible values of b? What is the solution of this inequality? Have you solved this inequality? It is very easy to solve. You have to factorize this. Factorization of this is x minus 2, x minus 3, right?
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. Yeah.
So if this is less than 0, that means if this is less than 0 by wavy curve, you can see that 2 and 3 are the numbers. If it is above 3, it is positive. Between 2 and 3, it is negative. And below 2, it is positive. So it is
Mhm.
obvious that if this is less than 0, that means x should be between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So first condition, the meaning of the first condition is that x lies between 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have to figure out what are the possible values of p, right?
Yeah.
So we'll say p is equal to x square plus 5x by 2 plus x square plus 5x plus by completing the square, it is obvious you should add and subtract 25 by 4. P is basically x plus 5 by 2 whole square. And this is what? This is minus 25 by 4 plus 6, which is minus 1 by 4. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What is the benefit of completing the square? I know now that it is, okay, some perfect square minus 1 by 4, right?
Yeah.
And x lies between 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it is clear what the values of p will be. If you put 2, it will be some value. If you put 3, it will be a bigger value.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I put right now, I can say for sure that this is a quadratic. Quadratic's value will keep increasing as you give higher and higher x's. If I
Mm-hmm.
put 2 here, you'll get 2 plus 5 by 2, which is 9 by 2. So 9 by 2 square is 81 by 4. Minus 1 by 4 is 80 by 4. So p will be greater than 20. And it will be less than when you put 3 here, you'll get basically 11 by 4. And 11 by 2, and that will be 121 by 4 minus 1 by 4. So p is less than 30. I am getting the values of p depending on my values of x. My values of x are between 2 and 3. Values of
Oh,
p will be between 20 and 30.
okay. I understood.
Or you can do directly x is equal to 2 here and see.
Yeah.
But if you do directly x is equal to 2, you will not know whether it could have been like this, where the end points are lower, but middle point there is a maximum.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understood.
Here, how do I know that if I can put the endpoint values? Because the vertex is at minus 5 by 2.
Yeah.
If the vertex is at minus 5 by 2, the quadratic's minimum point is somewhere much below minus 2.5x. And we are in the 2 and 3 range, which is up on the same side of the vertex.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I understood.
If x is equal to minus 2.5 at the vertex and you are somewhere here, 2 to 3, right?
Yeah.
If you are on one side of the vertex, then obviously the graph is constantly increasing or constantly decreasing, right?
Correct.
Then if the graph is constantly increasing in your region, the lowest value will come at one of the points and the highest value will come at the other point.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The question would have been more tricky if the points were on either side of the vertex. Do you understand? If 2 and 3 were on either side of the vertex, you cannot just take the endpoint values and say, okay, that's fine.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because the lowest value is coming somewhere else. The lowest value is coming at the vertex, right?
Yeah.
I hope you are getting what I'm saying.
Yeah, I understood.
So the lowest values will not come by putting just x is equal to 2 in the expression and x is equal to 3. You will
Mm-hmm.
get one highest value, but you will not get the lowest value. Lowest value comes at the vertex. But in this case, my x square plus 5x plus 6, I wrote it as a perfect square because from there I figured out that the vertex is actually minus 2.5 and our range for x is between 2 to 3. So both the points are on the right side of the vertex.
Yeah.
If both the points are on the right side of the vertex, I don't have anything to worry. The minimum value will come at the lower point, highest value will come at the higher point.
Mm-hmm.
Is it clear?
Yeah, it is clear.
Have you done 39, 38, 40, anything there?
Uh, I did 39, but I need help on 38.
Well, find all values of k such that the graph of the inequality consists of a single interval on the number line. Want one single interval on the number line. Okay. Right now, the thing is looking like x minus 2, x minus 5, x minus k is greater than equal to 0, right?
Yeah.
If you want to solve this inequality, you have to do wavy curve. Okay. Wavy curve, if you do 2, 5, and k, let's say, obviously then there will be multiple intervals, right?
Yeah.
You'll get something like this in that case.
Mm-hmm.
The positive answers will come here also and here also. There are two intervals, right?
Yeah.
So the only way to make it one interval is if k is equal to 2 or 5. It is obvious what happens when k is 2. Will it
Mm-hmm.
start looking like this?
Yeah.
Do you have to worry about the sign of the square?
No.
Obviously, it will be positive forever.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to worry about here?
Is the sign of the x minus 5.
That is one single interval or multiple intervals?
That is one single interval.
That's it. The solution is x greater than equal to 5.
Okay.
What happens if k was equal to 5?
If k was equal to 5, then it'd just be x minus 5 whole square, and then you'd have to worry about the x minus 2.
Again, it becomes a single interval because perfect square is always positive.
Yep.
Is it clear what is happening?
Yeah, it is clear.
Okay. 15.40, they are saying if x is real and this equation is true, what is the complete set of values of x for which y is also real? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried it?
No.
X is real and the equation is 4y squared plus 4xy plus x plus 6. 4y squared plus 4xy plus x plus 6 equals 0. Set of values, set of values of x for which y is real. That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
How would you do it?
Uh, I would complete the square for
That
it.
doesn't help. Not
Mm,
everything will be completing the square. They are given us that x is real. Can we look at this? Yeah, x is real and you can see clearly here that this can be written as a quadratic in y, right?
yes.
Can you think of it as a quadratic equation in y?
Mm-hmm.
If you want y to be real, then when you solve this quadratic, minus b plus minus root over d by 2 into 4, something like
The
this.
the d
What
should
has
be
to,
greater than or equal to 0.
obviously for y to be real, the d has to be greater than equal to 0. The d for this quadratic is 16x squared minus 4 into 4 into x plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
Question is over now. You have a quadratic inequality that you have to solve.
Yeah.
Do you see that now just need to find the values of x which make this happen?
Yeah, I see.
16 can get cancelled. You have x squared minus x minus 6 is greater than or equal to 0. And this can be easily factorized. You get x minus 3, x plus 2. And by wavy curve, now you'll say minus 2 and 3. Positive values will happen above and below. You can say x should be greater than or equal to 3 or x can be less than or equal to minus 2. In those cases, the discriminant is positive, and if the discriminant is positive, y is real.
Yeah.
Do you understand what we are doing?
Understood.
You have to do the rest 41 to 46.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you do that by the next class and read up on the functions chapter.
Okay.
Chapter 16, read the theory. Like, even if you cannot do too many questions, make sure that you read as much as possible.
Okay.
There are how many sections? I think there are 4 sections. So there are 5, 6 sections. I don't expect you to read till the end, but try to read as much as possible. See what you can get, understand.
Okay.
So the next class homework is last 5, 6 problems of this exercise, the last chapter which you are doing right now, and read up on function chapter as much as possible. Okay,
Yep. Okay.
fine. That's
All
all for
right.
now.
Thank you. Bye.